So I am excited to be here with Jeremy Bridges, President and Chief Negotiating Officer of the Hampton Roads Shipping Association.
Yeah, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's wonderful. And I mean, it's 2025, and although it was a painful, say, last quarter of 24 and very beginning of 25, where we thought that the ILA was probably going to severely disrupt international trade and shipping. You guys got a deal baked.
We did.
And you're feeling pretty good about that now?
We are. So, thankfully, on January 8th, we came to terms conceptually on an agreement. That master contract has now been ratified as of last week, and we are working towards the next steps of implementation over the course of 2025. So the next week on the 11th, that will be officially signed and sealed and delivered, ratified, and we'll be moving forward the next week with the implementation of all the terms and conditions of the new master contract.
All right. So then looking forward, I mean, from your perspective, your responsibility, of course, is within the Hampton Roads, Norfolk area.
Yes.
So what do you see coming? What do you see? Where do you see shipping in Virginia? Let's start there.
Sure. Yeah. So we're on a great trajectory right now, where there's a lot of promising leads. We're continuing to grow. The contract was a very generous contract, but at the end of the day, I think it was fair, and we're positioned nicely to continue that growth trajectory. We've got some new terms and conditions that, of course, we'll work on implementing. But as far as technology is concerned, we were able to largely preserve what we have in Hampton Roads, which we've been very fortunate over the last 20 years or so to be on the cutting edge of some technology.
Yep.
We, by and large, were able to keep that intact, and we're grandfathered in, and we're going to keep moving forward there. We've got some new headcount, some new positions that I think from a supervisory standpoint will add value to the operation and hopefully make us more productive and efficient. And so those are all very positive things when it comes to a new collective bargaining agreement, attracting new business, and really continuing to perform at a high level the way the Port of Virginia has done over the last several years. So we're positioned nicely to continue that upward trajectory and continue to be very productive and efficient.
Being fair and not asking you to say anything negative about any other ports in this country.
Sure.
But how do you see Virginia positioned? How do you see that which they have, the terminals that they have, and the future opportunities for Virginia in the, I guess, the East Coast landscape?
Sure. Yeah, we're very uniquely situated. Thankfully, we've over the years put in a lot of good work with our partners with the ILA. We've got a pretty strong foundation that we're building on from a relationship standpoint. Some of these new terms and conditions that were agreed to, it was a bit of it was contentious at times, but at the end of the day, we settled on a fair contract, and both parties are really looking forward to moving forward in a productive way. And so I think really the relationship, the skill training that we have in place, we're accustomed to using this type of technology in these operations, so we're well positioned to continue moving forward and accept all the new volume and ready to grow with the future. We're really ready and prepared. We've put in the work over the last 15 to 20 years, and we're really nicely positioned to continue moving forward.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna switch it for a second and ask you, what keeps you up at night? What's the thing that makes you worried?
Yeah, so that's a good one. Again, some of these new terms, specifically with the technology, there's going to be some changes to the way we've done things customarily and historically. So really just getting that word out and making sure the training is meeting the needs for next year, the year after that, and for the next 6 years. So we've been planning for that over the course of the last year or two, honestly, as these negotiations have been protracted per se. We've been doing that work in the background to prepare from a teaching, training standpoint to put those tools in place to really hit the ground running once this contract is implemented. So it's going to start essentially next week. We're going to start moving forward with the new terms. And I think the legwork we did on the front end in preparation for this, it positions us nicely to be successful. So we're in good shape. But I do worry that some of those new terms, there will be some dispute over intent and what was actually negotiated. That's the case with any contract. And so the implementation of the new language and terms will be an interesting journey. So I imagine it won't be super smooth at times. It'll be a little bumpy, but we look forward to it. It keeps me up at night, but I'm also confident that we will come to a resolution and it'll work out in a way that's fair for both parties.
Awesome. So I'll go out with one final question, maybe a little on the edge here, but
Okay.
everything you got done in essentially the last federal administration.
Yes.
What do you see? What impact does this new administration you think have on shipping and transportation?
You know, obviously the tariff situation, there's a lot of attention on that. We've known that this administration has come out largely supporting the ILA in their efforts to protect some of the jurisdiction and the good blue collar union jobs that we provide. But I think overall it will be positive, right? I mean, by and large, we're aligned with the ILA. We really are. There's been a few points of contention along the way, but I think having the support of the current administration as they've kind of voiced in social media and other public forums will help keep some balance in the relationship and kind of keep both parties honest as we move forward. And like I said, it was a tough negotiation, but we shook hands, we signed the deal, and we're going to move forward in a productive way. And hopefully a lot of that will just be some noise, but I think the parties, at least locally, and as I understand it at the international and national level, are largely aligned and ready to move forward productively and positively. So it'll be fine. We're going to be just fine, and we'll have 6 years of relative peace and harmony and stability, and we'll move forward until the next go round.
Well, that'll be perfect.
It will.
Excellent.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you. And by the way, where do you go? Where's your barber?
The VIP Barber Lounge on Granby Street,
Well,
Norfolk,
we
Virginia.
have a little
There we
bit
go.
going the same
we
way,
do.
man.
We do.
All right.
Yeah, I know a guy, so yeah, let me know.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.